So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So first things first, I just wanted to go into the fact that I've actually done quite a lot of damage to my wrist. I haven't got the MRI results back, but at least my orthopedic doctor reckons that I have at least subluxed the tendons and possibly got tendonitis because my tendons are snapping in and out of their joint where they're meant to be. It may come to surgery yet. We don't know the full extent of the damage yet, but pretty much the only way that she's agreed to allow me to continue with the colouring is basically if I go back to doing it the way I used to do it, where I'm not trying to bend my hand at 90-degree angles around the camera and work that way so you can see. So apologies in advance, but I'm doing this under doctor's orders and I just have to try going back as much as possible to the way I used to colour. I've basically been told this is that was the only way she would sort of agree to me being able to keep doing this right now, and she said basically it comes to this: it's a choice between you either being able to do your art for the long term and the long run by modifying the way I currently do it, or it's a choice of me possibly wrecking things again and then not being able to continue art at all or do my art at all. So I basically decided I would rather modify it and do things differently, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do what I love. And yeah, so I'm basically doing this under doctor's orders, so you may notice my hands more in the way in that. I just have to do this for my health and what is going on with my ankle, because she reckons I've done a decent amount of damage there, and she's basically told me, well, she may have to call me up to, like, she's 2 hours away and she doesn't know when she'll next be up here, so she may have to actually get me up to her offices to discuss surgery on my wrist as well, just because of the injuries that I've done. So I've got to wait and see what the MRI said. I've got to get a special brace at least to wear when I'm not doing my art. And yeah, so basically it's not looking good at the moment with what I've done with this hand. So pretty much I'm really sorry, but I'm doing this under doctor's orders and so that I can make sure that I can keep going into the future with the colouring videos and with my art. So anyway, and I'm going to have to stop it in a minute to get the cloths to be able to use on my page. But anyway, basically I'm going to continue today with Millie Marotta's fish in Animal Kingdom. Yeah, Animal Kingdom, using my Derwent Procolour pencils. So I'm going to aim to do a lot more if I can of this fish, this part. I'm hoping to. See how time goes, but I'm going to do the best I can. I've been in a lot of pain, and I was trying to do this before the Panadol wore out of my system after last night and yesterday, because I was basically on it every 4 to 6 hours because I was in that much pain over the last few days. But I'm still, it's kind of worn off now, and I can feel the pain and that coming back a lot, but I still want to do this anyway. But yeah, so I just thought I would give you advance warning and say I'm doing this under doctor's orders, but unfortunately my hand may get in the way and stuff now, because I don't want to risk my ankle and my wrist and being able to do this in the future. And as she said, it may be surgery yet to fix things up. It's looking like that at the moment. So, and getting a special brace for meanwhile when I'm not doing my art and stuff as well. So yeah, it's not the best thing, but at least it is a bit of an answer as to why I've been in such excruciating pain. So anyway, I'm going to pause there for a minute, get my cloth, and then we're going to continue with our fishy here. I think I will leave the fins for last. I'll focus more on trying to finish the head of the fish today. And yeah, so yeah, I will be back shortly. I just thought I better put that in there first, just so that you're aware of it and understand. So yeah, basically yeah, as I said, it's basically the difference between me being able to keep doing it or not being able to do it, and the doctor only agreed with me still being able to do the art if I promised her that I would modify the way I was doing things. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, anyway, I will be back in a bit. So everyone, I'm back. So I'm going to get started here. I've just got to work out, was it purple and magenta and heather? Oh yeah, that's what I did with that one. I was just working out for a minute exactly what I'd done with these circly areas. So what I think I'm going to do is actually do reddy colours on the outside area and our purplies in the centre circles, or these ovals. So what I'm going to start with is hello Lils, you interrupting again, Missy. I'm going to start with my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple, and Lils has just decided she wants attention. Also, you may hear the wind rustling and stuff in the background, and I think she wants to go out, so just give me a minute and I will let her out, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. She didn't want to go out in the end. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going to start here with my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple number 26, and I kind of want to bring that where our shadows, but as you'll remember, our shadows are more coming from, is it, yeah, this way down, I'm pretty certain, or is it, no, it's that way down, this way down. Took me a minute to remember because I haven't done this for a little while. So I'm going to start with my Derwent Procolour. I'm actually going to just sharpen this so that it is actually sharp for what we're about to do. Oh, fruit. Sorry. Whoops, I just snapped the lead trying to do it. Bung rest isn't good for sharpening pencils. You just snap the lead without even meaning to. Oh, fruit. Sorry, excuse me. Ah, did it again. Okay. This is not working out that well. It's not. Okay, we're starting to get it. Excuse me, it's just taking a little while. Okay, that'll do. So I'm going to start with my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple number 26. We want to use that for our shadows, and also because our light source is sort of coming from this way down, we want to bring it along the bottom of these areas if we can. Doesn't matter if this one does overlap a little, just because of the fact that it will have the purple shadows in the other areas. I'm just going to have to try and adjust the position of this a bit. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let's zoom in closer. Make sure she's focused. And then we're going to just try and do it this way. So we want to just bring it along where these shadows at the fin are, but also our other areas. These ones obviously won't have as much colour in them because some of them are smaller with the space available. Just doing the best you can. Where we can, we're trying to leave space for 3 colours. Excuse all the grunts and groans. I'm sorry, this is just kind of excruciating doing this, but I really want to do it, so I'm doing it anyway. But yeah, just bear with me, I'll get there. It may be a little slower, but I'll get there. And now we want to just bring it along the bottom areas of these with a little bit of light shadow on the top of them so that you can blend the next colour in better or easier as well without such direct lines. But yeah, I guess at least I do it a good job when I do things, even if it doesn't take much. No, could take a while yet, but a lot of doctors are thinking there could be something like Ehlers-Danlos or something going on with me because of the connective tissue stuff, so yeah, I'm going to try and find that out. But basically my orthopedic doctor said the other day, sometimes with that sort of diagnosis, orthopedics won't actually touch you. To her, and this was really nice, she said to her, someone having that sort of diagnosis just means that even if she does operate, just means that she can't trust your ligaments or tissues or whatever, and to make sure that she backs up what she does so that it actually works and doesn't fail. Which was really nice, and that sort of was like, oh, that means a lot kind of thing. So, but as there's no official diagnosis or anything yet, and it can take months and months to have happen, and there's sides of those things that don't actually have a genetic diagnosis because they haven't worked out the genetic gene that causes it yet and all of that. So yeah, it's just waiting and seeing. But that's another thing that I've been going through. But as she also said, basically even if I do get diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos, it doesn't really change things because I've already been living with it anyway. It doesn't change the injuries or the health problems or any of that because I've already been living with it and dealing with it. So just having a diagnosis, it isn't going to be as a bigger issue as you may think, because basically you've already been living with it and dealing with it. It's just having a diagnosis means that you can get more treatment and management for some things. So yeah, but yeah, I just thought I'd let you know also. That's another thing that I've kind of been going down the road and looking towards over these past few months and that as well. And yeah, I've been working on colouring videos. You'll probably see this one towards the end because it's the last one that I'm doing. So I decided I would upload them in order of recording, so as I get them edited, so that you can sort of, what I'm saying does kind of make sense even though they're all pre-recorded. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do first this time for a change, I haven't really been doing that on this fish, but I think I'm going to go through and just do all our Imperial Purple colours first as best I can, and I'm going to change the position of the book a bit. So you'll notice I've done all our shadows there, and I think I'm just going to continue with our Imperial Purple and getting those shadows down where it needs to go and working out like the colour things that I want to do in those areas. But yeah, so I've kind of had a lot going on, and that's partly why I also haven't been getting these done, but partly also I've been in a lot of pain, and that's part of it. Another part of the reason as to why I've still been trying to work on videos, but why I haven't gotten them edited yet and all of that. But it'll work out in advantage if it does come to me possibly having to have surgery, because she hasn't ruled it out. My orthopedic doctor basically just said see what the MRI comes up with, and meanwhile I've got to get the special brace, and she said see what the MRI comes up with, and based on that depends on what sort of treatment we'll take for now, because as she said, surgery is a last resort kind of thing. But it depends also, like with my right ankle, basically the damage I did was just bad enough that basically you couldn't just do the physio thing, it wouldn't heal without the physio, so it was basically, no, you need to get surgery kind of thing. So just gotta wait and see how it all pans out and works out, and yeah, hopefully it'll all work out anyway. But yeah, I trust her anyway, and she's an amazing doctor, so I'm lucky to have found such a good doctor. But yeah, just so you know, that is why I'm going back to doing things the way I used to as much as possible, just because of the fact that I don't want to risk me being able to do my art in the future by keeping on doing it that way. And particularly also if I do, she told me the other day, if she does do a surgery on the wrist, basically if you injure the wrist at all anytime using crutches, because I still got to get my left ankle done yet too, if you injure the wrist at all using crutches or even just doing something, basically you're back to square one with the wrist. So it's not nearly as forgiving as, say, an ankle surgery or stuff like that, where you're not as likely to damage what's been done. Whereas with a wrist surgery, apparently if something happens, it's not quite as forgiving for something not happening kind of thing. So basically just using crutches with a wrist surgery could cause it to bung up the surgery. So pretty much yeah, it's just, I don't know, I'll probably have a period of time where I'm not able to do my art after that, and if it does come to the surgery and all of that, but at least it is improving it and getting it better. But meanwhile, I need to take her advice on board and do that, because I don't want to risk not being able to do art and YouTube and all of that in the future. So yeah, it's basically what it comes down to in the end. Is whether you still want to be able to do this stuff in the future and that. So I do, so yeah, that's why I decided I'm going to take the doctor's advice on and follow it. So now I'm just doing, I'm doing these how I did another one further earlier on with the tail. Yeah, these ones here. So you'll see these ones here. That's how I'm sort of roughly doing these little areas in here. And obviously these gaps, areas that I'm leaving, will have the red colour in them. But right now I'm just more focused on just finishing our Imperial Purple to try and achieve more in this part, if we can, whilst we do it. So yeah. And I trust my doctor too, and so I do believe her, because she is an orthopedic surgeon who deals with feet and ankles, and she knows what she's talking about. So yeah, I trust her, and that's why I decided to follow her advice on the art, because it was either that or not being able to keep doing it. So I'm lucky to be able to keep doing it meanwhile. Anyway, I really am, because it does mean a lot to me to be able to do this. I'm just working out the colour combos for where I want our purple and reds and all of that. So I think I'm going to do the purple in this part of our little circle, and up in the third area I'm going to do our purples as well. So these will be similar to what we've done in the other areas like this. So you'll see like these areas, it'll be similar to those in those 3 little spots. And I think because this spot will be like our pinkish red in there, I think I may do the purple tones in these ones here. It's just what I'm thinking right now. I think I will, so just turn this around. Make sure we're properly focused. And so I'm going to do it similar to the other areas. Tail area with the pinky colours here and the leaves, but here I'm going to actually do the purples in this spot, just because of the fact that even though it's purple in that area there, we're going to have like pinky reds in our main spot here on the face, so I kind of don't want the pinky reds in that bit as well, so I'm going to do purples in that bit instead. I am. And then here, I'm just going to bring it along the bottom of our flowers with a little bit of a light blending line. We want to leave space for 2 other colours here. Two more colours on top of this one, so 3 colours total. And we'll probably also do the eye. In these colours, or no, I think I'll leave the eye and do it the colour that I do the other fish, possibly, and then do the colour maybe not. I'm going to think about the eye for a bit, because I haven't actually thought about that or decided on that, so, but it's kind of like a floral motif kind of eye, so I'll work it out. And considering these are like our circular shapes, I think I'm just going to do the purple on the outer ring, because that way kind of got the purple, the pinky red, purple, blah blah blah. There. And I'm probably not doing this as dark as I usually would try to, just because I'm finding it really hard putting pressure on at the moment, so apologies, I'm trying to do my best anyway. And I always will try to do my best. So I'm just going to pause there for a minute anyway, and then I'm going to, I might do the eye quickly with the purples, so I think I'm going to. So I'm just going to do the eye with the purples after all. So I'm just going to bring it around where our little shadow areas are, here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, where is it now? Here it is. I'm going to use my black Uniball Signo 0.7mm gel pen. And I'm going to use that just to fill in this centre bit of the fish's eye, just so it sort of stands out a bit. Like, I know fish's eyes probably have more texture than that, but yeah. And then I might just add in a white dot using, it's probably going to turn grey, but better than nothing. I can find it using my white Uniball Signo gel pen, and I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to add a white dot in the center there, if it'll work. There we go, I think I got it working. Not fully. There we go. I'm just going to add the white dot in the centre. It kind of looks a bit weird, but yeah, better than nothing. So I'm going to pause anyway for a minute, and then I'll be back with my next colour. So I will be back shortly. So hey everyone, I'm back. So I'm going to come in now with my next colour, which is the Derwent Procolour Magenta number 21. And what I want to do is I want to sharpen this one as well. Do what I realised to do last time, hold the pencil still and just turn the sharpener with my non-bung hand. There we go, that's better. Now what I want to do is I want to bring that in over Imperial Purple and up into here, just leaving a little bit of light shadow for our final colour, because we've still got another colour to come up into these areas yet. And I'm just going to turn the volume down a little on the music there. There we go, that's better. Now I want to bring this in over all our areas with our Imperial Purple. So I'm just going to do these lots first, and then I'll see, depending on pain. Excuse me. Ooh. Let's just say subluxing tendons is not fun at all. It really isn't. Hello, Niels. Come on, darling. Come on. You coming? Come on. Girl. Yeah. Depending on pain and stuff, because it gets quite excruciating sometimes with the pain that I'm in with the subluxing tendons. So, yeah, fun times ahead. But I just keep trying to persist anyway. But yeah, so I'll see how I go. I'm hoping to finish the red colours on this as well, but the fins may not be till the next part. I will just have to play it by ear and see how I'm going with that part. I will. Meanwhile, I'll do the best I can, because I love doing this and I have so much fun. But yeah, pain does kind of make it a lot harder. I've spent pretty much the last week in excruciating pain, just laying in my bed the majority of the time. And today I just decided, no, I'm going to get out and do it anyway, even if I do end up in more pain because of it. So, here I am. And then I've still got videos to edit as well, so yeah, I'm going to get there. I will. Yeah, I can't wait to share things with you once I get them edited and uploading and that anyway. It'll be great. It will. It'll be great. Meanwhile, I just need to try and push through as best I can. Also, if you hear banging too, I've opened up the back door just because it's a little warm and I needed some air. Like, it's cooler today, fortunately, but temperatures are all over the place here in Australia. We got wild bushfires and earlier than our fire season, and it's still getting snow on and off on the mountains, and in the middle of 35 plus degree days. Yeah, it's crazy here right now. It is. But Nothing we can do to control Mother Nature. There isn't. Not one little thing we can do about it. I keep thinking it's not focused, but it is. So now, as we've done with all our others, this little line here we want to finish completely with our magenta. Magenta, is it? Yeah, it is magenta. But we're just going to do the same as the Imperial Purple, go and do all the magenta first, and then our final colour, and then we're going to hopefully come back and do our ready colours. At least that's the goal anyway. And these areas are coming out a lot darker than some of the other colours, but maybe that's because they've faded a bit over time. Who knows? I don't. They look a bit brighter at the minute, but then the others probably look this bright too, and maybe it's because I sharpened the pencils as well. Who knows? Might be part, but then the others might be look more paler too, because they've had paler colours go over the top of them as well. So, but then these ones kind of look palish too. Yeah, some of the colour has come off them a bit. Yeah, that's what's happened. Oh well, it'll still work. Hello, Lils. No, Bubba. Good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Remembering to try and leave space for our final colour in these areas as well that I'm doing. I think I've probably already said that, but it doesn't hurt to remind yourself, because I'm partly reminding myself as well as I go. Lils has given up hassling for her dinner at the minute. She's just gone and hopped in her bed because I haven't given her food yet, but she'll get it soon enough. I've hooked the Glad wrap bit from this part on the book. Good one, me. So I might just, no, Doesn't look like the battery's gonna die quite yet. I just thought, I was considering changing the battery before it does die, but yeah, I'll just try and keep a close eye on it. It always dies when I least expect it to die. We're just continuing our purple in all these spots, leaving space for our third colour. We want to. I didn't just have my head in the way. So that's the last thing I want to do as well. Okay, and then magenta. Trying to leave a little bit of a light source still with each of these areas as possible to allow for blending in our final colour. I am. Trying not to take up all the space like I almost did then. This is so much easier when you're not hurting and having to constantly swap the thing. So much easier. And I'm not going to worry too much about because there's not a lot of space, I'm not going to worry too much about the light sources in this little area that I'm doing right now, the little light shadow. Just because not a lot of space left, and I want to make sure I've got enough space left for my final colour, and hopefully that'll sort of blend it in a bit more anyway. I might just try and do a little bit of light shadows as I can, just to allow for blending, because it does look better like that. So I'll go back and do that now. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it there for a minute. I'll probably change the battery over to now, just to make sure that it's got time. I'll see. I might leave it and then just change it over later. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to pause it here for a minute and I will be back shortly. So hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry I had to take a bit of time to rest my hand and wrist and that a bit. So next, I'm actually going to come in with my Derwent Procolour Heather number 23. And what I want to do now is I want to just bring that over all of our previous purples. And this will just create our final light source, I guess you could say. Except for this stripy line that doesn't have the heather on it. It's just Magenta and Imperial Purple. Love how that colour's coming together. Oh, I forgot to take a picture of the last video that I was working on. Oh well, I'll get there. Just have to remember to take a picture before I do some more stuff. You know, I was trying to work out if I would be able to work out a way to be able to go cherry picking tomorrow with a friend who's offered, and depending if I can talk to him, there may be a chance that I may be able to go if they have some sort of, if we can think of some sort of, or have some sort of light chair that I can sit in as I go, because I'm obviously not going to be able to stay standing the full time with my ankles and stuff. But yeah, so I'm hoping I'll be able to work it out so I can go, because I'd like to go. And we're just colouring this over all our previous colours. But yeah, so I'm hoping I'll be able to work it in and be able to go anyway, because I like going cherry picking. I do. It's fun. Plus you can pick all the best cherries. I guess that's one thing with our Christmas season is cherry season. There it is. What you doing, Lils? You're snoring. Lils is sleeping in a bed and snoring a little bit at times. She actually has a surprisingly loud snore. But it's cute. Excuse me. Something about this weather this year keeps tickling my nose and giving me the sneezes. I don't always have it every year, but for some reason this year is just really giving me the sneezes and stuff. Guess it's to do with the seasons. I just need to blow out. I just remembered that I had a candle burning that's probably getting a bit close to the end of its wick that needs blowing out. So, sorted. Tick. So if you see smoke drifting across the front of the camera, that's probably why. Because I just blew it out, so yeah. So we're just bringing in our heather across all these purple areas. We are. Checking on the battery to make sure it doesn't die on me. It'll probably die the minute I don't check or forget to check. That's what usually happens. We're just going to finish off our fish's eye here. And then we've got our leaves and bits of our fish's mouth. I know I haven't done the fins yet, but we will be getting to those, the other fins. Whoops. Quite pleased with how it's coming together for this part of the fish. Quite pleased. Maybe it's not all in the neatest or in the lines, but I know I do it a bit when I'm not don't have an injured wrist as well, but it seems to be happening more because the injured wrist seems to cramp or hurt or all the rest. But yeah, it still works anyway. Do the best we can. We'll just work those little out of the lines bits in. Not that hard to do so. It may look a little different in some spots, but it still works, so yeah. There we go. And I think I'm going to pause it there for a minute and then come back. I just want to take a minute just to work out how I'm going to do our little inner sections there with our purple and pinks and reds and stuff. So I just want to take a minute to work that out and then I will be back. We're back. So I've been looking at other pieces that I've done this in upper ends, and I think basically in that one it looks like I basically just coloured in this area with just the red and maybe a bit of the pinky colour. I I can't actually see the pinky colour, but if you look here at this piece, it's sort of, to me it looks like it's basically just been coloured in with the red. So I think I'm just going to do that for this little piece here, and then obviously we will bring in our other colours for here. So I'm going to start with my Derwent Procolour Crimson Lake, because I'm pretty certain that's the colour that's been used. And basically, for the first time, or one of the first times, I'm basically just going to colour that with just the one colour. So I'm not going to stress about any other colours or anything. I'm just going to do the one colour. Like, I don't regularly do this, but it's obviously, from what I can tell, it's what I've done before, so that's what I'm going to do. Here it is. Yeah, I'm very lucky though to have found a really, really good orthopedic doctor though. She's a couple of hours away from me, but she's worth it. She visits my area every now and then, and that's how I first got to go to her, but she operates a couple of hours away, so usually for the operation you travel. But it's worth it if you find the right person, I feel, so yeah. I'm surprised some of the colour has faded quite a bit with these over time. Like, I haven't coloured on those areas too much, but it seems to have faded a bit, so maybe I'll do some touch-ups sometime, I'm not sure. It'll probably just keep happening for now anyway till I finish doing it, so I'll probably just basically leave it as it is for now. So obviously we've still got our other fishy to finish. So now what I want to do before I come in with the rest of our red, I want to bring in my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple again. And what I want to do with this is I actually just want to create some little bits of shadows around our little patterns here. So just light areas, not really dark or anything, but we just want them going around each of these little fan areas and our lines, because they're sort of providing a bit of our gap. Like I was considering just doing them on the one side, but then I decided, well, there would kind of be shadows on both sides from the patterns, so I decided to basically do them on both sides. Oh, excuse me. I got the hiccups. Good one. And that was commenting about myself with the hiccups. Like, right when I don't need them, I get them. So I'm not going to worry about little bits of light source areas on this one, just because, well, I'm kind of going to go, I think, for the more definite shadows with this bit, but other areas I'll blend them more. But I think this one I kind of want more of the actual set shadows, I think. Oh no, I'll do a little bit of light source around them. Just a tiny bit, just to allow it to just blend in a little bit, but we still want to be able to fit in our other colours. So just trying to make sure that we leave space for those other colours too. We want to. We want to. As much as we can anyway. I'm hoping the MRI will be able to work out what's going on with my wrist and that anyway, because it's driving me crazy not being able to properly do my art and stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping, I don't know when I'll hear back about it, but hopefully sometime sooner than later. But basically my orthopedic doctor just told me that I will hear back from them regarding it, so yeah, I'm not sure when that'll be, but yeah, it'll happen when it happens, because they're quite busy. But I'm kind of hoping, if possible, sooner than later, but yeah, nothing I can do about it. When it happens when it happens. Now I'm just trying to do little bits of light shadows around here to allow for other colours, but trying to leave space for other colours, just doing it very light. That will go in the other colours, but I'm just trying to do it very, very light. And then I want to go back to my Crimson Lake number 14. Actually, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do, because I'll probably just do this little bit and then I'll probably leave it at that and do the other bits next time, just because my wrist is really not coping right now. So I'm going to come back to my Crimson Lake number 14, and I want to go over all those colours previously. I'm not going to worry about bringing this one up too much, because if I can, I want to try and bring another colour in there. I just want to try to. Let's see if it works out or not. That's another question, but well, for now, it will be what it will be. If it doesn't work, well, there's not much I can do about it once it's done. But I'm pretty certain it should work. I must admit though, I was kind of surprised that I got in so fast with the MRI though. Because usually it takes about a week to get in for an MRI scan here, and for some reason I was put in for I got in the next day, the day after I actually went to ask them about booking a scan. So yeah, not that that's a bad thing, but it was kind of a surprise that I got in so fast. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of things to sort of talk about here. Yeah. I'm guessing it's coming into winter in America, is it? I'm assuming so. Yeah. My brain's really not functioning the best right this minute. I wish it was, but it's not. I'm just going to do a little bit of light shading through here, not a heap. There's still a bit of purple in that area, but I'm just going to do some light red shading in these areas just because I kind of want to make it there. Like, it's not going to blend the bestest, but it's better than nothing. And then next I want to come in and I'm going to finish it with this colour, with my Cerise Pink number 20. And I just want to bring that in over all those other colours. Because hopefully that'll give us a little bit of light shadow, but it'll still allow us to make the red look like it's blending in properly. And I'm not worried about going all the way down into those gaps with the shadows. I'm more just filling in these centre areas that will take the Cerise Pink. I am. And if it does need a little bit down there, then I will go down there, but otherwise, yeah, I'm just more focused on filling in these centre areas. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it at that for this part. because I just need to have a break for a minute. I hope you're enjoying this anyway, and I'm going to go now because the battery's about to die. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. I always love hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye.